What stood out to me, though, today was Alabama's tackling. Lane Kiffin's scheme is to get guys in space, get guys with I can't think of the word, and that's going to kill me. But get guys in space, get guys with some ability to get outside, get some running lanes, and get the big play. Alabama was not having that. Linebackers were excellent today. The corners were excellent today. The defensive line was pretty good today. They didn't get the sacks, but Ole Miss is getting rid of the ball quick, which is what they're going to do because they know even when they have good offensive lines or great even offensive lines, they're not going to be able to hold the fort against Alabama play after play after play after play. And Alabama was just there to tackle. That's why you see, 21 of 29 for Matt Corral. That's over a 70% completion percentage, which is pretty good. 7.3 yards completion, but nothing big happened. And when that happens, you're setting Ole Miss is not going to be able to go with the talent deficiency down the field like Alabama was, especially on like that first drive for the Crimson Tide. Ole Miss can't do that against Alabama. They're not there yet. They need big plays. They need mistakes. But what we are learning too is this is a much, much better Alabama defense than it was last year. So much better. Last year, I think everyone was kind of rightfully disappointed by this team's defense. Ole Miss had got lit up, especially early in the season. As the season progressed, it looked pretty good. But this defense, I think we're back to a typical good Alabama defense. And I think it's about the right time for it to become that. Because if you remember in 2019, everybody got hurt. Everybody, especially in the linebacking core for the Crimson Tide, everybody got hurt. They're starting a bunch of freshmen. And then 2020 came around, they were sophomores, and they got better as the year went by, especially in the playoff. But when we finally got 4th and goal for Stanford against Oregon, incomplete pass, but pass interference. But when we got to the playoff, the defense really started to show out, and now it's getting better and better, and it's becoming more of an Alabama defense. I don't think it's Georgia's defense, because Georgia's defense, you can check out our earlier show about our Georgia-Arkansas recap if you want to hear straight gushing about that defense. But we can talk about that later too, because that was an incredible performance today. But Alabama against a really, really good offensive team. Matt Corral might be in New York for the Heisman. At this point, I don't know who's going to be in New York for the Heisman. I think Bryce Young will be there, but Bryce Young hasn't been – and Alabama fans and Ole Miss fans, chime in if you agree. I don't think anybody's like, oh, holy cow, Bryce Young today. He was fine. He was fine. Touchdown Stanford. He was fine, but he wasn't great. And he didn't need to be great because he was getting short fields, and Brian Robinson and the running game was just awesome.